All right. It's that time where we begin this conversation. Now, a lot of the agitation, a lot of the organization, a lot of the marshalling of resources and personnel for the protests happened online. So tonight on Insight, we want to do it a little bit different. We want to open up the conversation back to where it started with the people. We want to hear you. What do you think about this? Now, the latest development in this saga, if you may, is that the president, as he promised earlier, has accepted to be able to engage with the country, particularly the youthful protesters on Twitter or other X spaces. He's accepted to do that. He's issued an invitation for an engagement tomorrow from about 2 p.m. all the way till 5 p.m. Now, as we prepare for that, we shall be covering that for you. We want to find out what issues you think should be on the agenda. What should be the approach that the president should use in this case? We're already getting a number of perspectives on this. This is what we want to know. Now, our producers are going to put the WhatsApp number on the screen right now. They're also going to put, a few minutes after now, they're going to put the phone lines on your screen. And I would like to hear from you live and direct. And I understand we already have somebody on the line. Good evening. Am I speaking to Mr. Joku? How are you?
Fine, thank you. Yes, this is Joku Justice.
Yes, Justice Joku. Where are you calling us from?
I am calling you from Nairobi.
All right. Thank you, sir. Now, real quick, how have you seen the protests develop and what is your take on how things stand right now?
Okay, thank you once again for having me. Thank you for accepting my call. The situation at the moment is one that is unfortunate, considering the way the protest began was very legitimate, very genuine, and was bringing out issues that the youth are facing and issues that the Kenyan mwananchi is facing. Unfortunately, as we have seen in the recently in the last couple of days, we have seen that there have been goons joining these protests and causing chaos, causing commotion, and trying in a way to delegitimize the whole genuine agenda that the youth had. So I think it is very unfortunate that that is where we have gotten, considering the right to protest, the right to assemble is encapsulated in Article 37 of the Constitution of Kenya.
Right. Now, we could call it a victory or an achievement of this movement is to get the president and indeed the entire government paying attention to what they're saying, paying attention to what is happening. And one of the signs of that has been a series of interviews. You could argue they've not gone very well, but this time we have the president coming onto you could argue is the home ground of the protesters, the movement on X spaces. What is your view on that, Joku?
I think the fact that the president has finally, decided to have an engagement with the Gen Zs, as we call them, is a good thing. It's a good idea. The only unfortunate thing is that it has taken this long. People had to get killed. People's properties have to get destroyed for the Gen Zs to get a listening ear from the president. That is very unfortunate. That I don't know if that points to the incompetence of the advisors of the president or whether it points to the fact that the president is being advised and is the one advising his advisors on how to advise him. But the fact that, despite all that happening, we are now at a stage where the president has decided to take a listening ear and talk with the Gen Z is a good thing. Now, we are going to have that conversation tomorrow. The question becomes, is it going to be a speech by the president to the Gen Zs and the common mwananchi, or is it going to be a dialogue? Because in a dialogue, there are two parties that are speaking to each other. So we do hope that this is going to be an instance where the president is listening to the Gen Zs so that we avoid what has been happening in the country for the past few weeks. We do not want to see this country go under. Because as you know, Kenya is one of the most progressive nations in Africa.
Right.
So we expect that in this engagement, we expect that it's going to be substantive, it's going to be independently run, and it is not going to be a PR gimmick where, they are going to choose a few individuals who have already been given scripts on the questions to ask, who has already been already been told what they are going to ask. So we hope it's going to be as objective as possible so that we get the legitimate questions from the Gen Zs and the youth.
All right. Now, Justice, before I let you go, some of the concerns is that some people are saying, we're not coming to your space, you come to our space. What do you think of that?
I think that is how it should be. That is how it should be, because remember, the course of action that the president took was that he was going to establish and formulate a multi-sectoral forum. But unfortunately, the moment he did that, the same Gen Zs and the same Kenyans told him that we do not want a multi-sectoral forum because we all know the fate of committees and commissions in this nation. The committees and commissions are normally just, set up institutions where people are going and then they form reports and nothing takes place. People go back to default settings. So I think it's best if the same way these Gen Zs were organizing their own Twitter spaces, they organize, the president informs them and directs them to organize a Twitter space, and the president joins. If he intends to join with a couple of individuals from his institution, well and good. If he decides to join alone, well and good. But it should be the president joining a forum that has been created by the people themselves, because if that takes place, it will, come out in a way to express that the president is actually genuine about this whole process.
All right.
But the moment it becomes a PR gimmick, a PR exercise, where it's merely supposed to quell the temperatures and the anger that we are seeing going around the nation right now, it may not achieve its intended objective.
All right. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. That is Justice Joku. Thank you, Justice, for that. We appreciate your comments. I can see all of you are paying attention and you're sending in your feedback. I will start with some of you. Who's this? Somebody by the name of Mark Mushangi. Mark, please call on the main line. You sent a message on WhatsApp, Mark, and you're still calling me on WhatsApp. Please, would you call on the main line that's on your screen right now, Mark? I'm going to decline it on this so that I can read your comment. You're saying, Mark Mushangi, you're saying you will be online. Someone else here by the name of... who else is this? Mark, could you please stop calling this? Call the main line so that we can talk to you on that, Mark. Please. This is, you haven't left your name, but you say, you think the president needs to address how to reduce the counties to 8 former provinces. That's your view, all right. There's somebody else here says, Mombasa Moses says, you think the president is lying. Musa Said Okech, you're watching. Ruth from Roasters, you say, you think it's time the president understood what's happening qua ground. You said, Ruth, you say, you feel those surrounding him are poorly advising him. Hashtag dissolve the cabinet. Thank you. That is Ruth from Roasters. Thank you, Ruth. Gloria from Mombasa. Thank you. You say good evening. At least you're greeting us. Thank you. Appreciate that, Gloria. You say the president accepting to have a conversation with Gen Z is a good move. You say he should come prepared to answer questions, to offer solutions, and make necessary adjustments the youth are crying for. It's unfortunate that we had to lose people so that he can accept to listen. We hope it's not going to be a presidential speech, but a constructive dialogue to find solutions. These are the views of Gloria from Mombasa. Thank you, Gloria. Hassan Mogaka, you say you applaud Gen Z for what they've done. You're a Kenyan watching from Somalia. Thank you, Hassan. I hope things are okay over there. Jack from Kitengela, you say, why should we... Okay. Jack from Kitengela, you say, why should we have office of wife to the president, vice president, governors, and so on, and the tax we pay? You say Ruto must reduce the cabinet secretaries to 14, avoid forcing issues through MPs, and so much more. That is Jack from Kitengela. Who else is here? We've got Wamukwesh Mwenyewe, you say. Ken Katua from Kitui, you say, Gen Z need to engage the president openly and without fear. They should tell him what they want and let it be an independent conversation. Producer, do we have a call on the line? Or should I go on X? Not yet. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, send your message to the WhatsApp line on your screen. But if you want to call in live, the number is on your screen right about now. Now, let's have a look. One of the leaders of this... Rather, the word leader is a bit sensitive right now, but one of the proponents, one of the people at the forefront of the movement on X has been the ex-user that goes by the name Kimuzi. He's one of the leaders of this particular movement. And Kimuzi had a conversation earlier, and he asked a question for people online. Would you guys want to listen to the president on X Space? And the poll is still on. So far, 30,190 votes have been cast. And we have just about 18 hours to go. It's supposed to be a 24-hour poll. And apparently 64% of you are saying no. You would not want to be in an X space to listen to the president. Let's try to figure out why. Okay, somebody else says the people who say yes are paid bloggers. Somebody else says, why should we listen to him? He should listen to us. We've already spoken severally. There's also somebody else says, you believe the diabolical round table at State House really was the nail on the coffin. So the question is to have the conversation or not. We also have somebody else says, with or without the space, he's the president of Kenya till 2027, and he may also make that. Okay, now, as we look at this, I want to talk to somebody who's on the line right now. I understand Kevo from Naivasha is on the line. Kevo, Niaje, how are you doing?
Hello.
Hello, Kevo, how are you?
I'm good. What about you?
I'm doing great, Kevo, especially talking to you. How's Naivasha? Oh, no. Kevo, let's buy some airtime, guys. When you call, talk to me. Is there somebody else on the line? Okay. Keep the lines coming. In the meantime, see, the questions are being asked here. The Constitution says that unless something has happened, one of the stories that we aired earlier was that this is how you can recall a president, or this is how you can recall a member of parliament. That hasn't happened yet. So until that time, if that time ever comes, he's still the president of Kenya. How do we engage him? Now, somebody else says, Alex from Meru, you say, protesters should listen to the president. That's Alex from Meru. Opio Frederick from Kilifi, you say, the president should abolish the whole cabinet, abolish the office of the prime cabinet secretary, first lady and second lady officers. That is the view of Opio. Somebody else, you haven't left your name, but you say, tomorrow you wish that the president... Sorry? Wafula from Bungoma. Wafula, how are you?
Niko poa, habari ya wewe?
Salama sana. Habari ya Bungoma?
Ya Bungoma kuko poa, kumetulia.
Ehe.
Ya hali ya maandamano ilipungua kidogo, tuko poa.
Asante.
Nilikuwa nataka kuuliza.
Yes, please.
Nilikuwa nataka kusema tu tutafuatilia tu hiyo mazungumzo ya JNC na rais kwenye X.
Okay.
Atumai tutapata suluhisho.
Okay, ungependa azingatie nini kama rais?
Hiyo wale wa cabinet secretaries na wale advisors wake. Kile angefanya dissolve hiyo pale hiyo cabinet na wale advisors wake abadilishe mara moja. All
right. Asante sana Wafula, have a good night and thank you for calling TV47, the home of untold stories. Tunashika simu. Okay, we've got somebody else somebody called, what's your name, sir? Mark Mushangi, you say, you read a lot of mischief in the president trying to engage in a forum where he is the host. You say that the people must host the president lest we be gagged. This is the view of Mark Mushangi. Somebody else here called Hillary Sine, you just say hello. Well, hello back to you, Hillary. Kituku, you say to the president, we are going to invite you, not the other way around. That's Kituku. Sorry, what? Oh, we have somebody else, my namesake, Victor from Nairobi. Hello, Victor, how are you?
I'm good, my namesake. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, sir. What are your views on this?
Actually, kulingana maoni yangu,
yes.
Hapa hivi, kulingana na mshike hali vile iko, mimi naona rais asikize vijana. Akishawasikiza, afanye kulingana na matakwa yao, alafu tutakuwa na suluhu katika nchi yetu. Maana ukiangalia Gen Z wamesema bwana rais punguza cabinet, punguza mishahara. Sasa yeye naye ameshikilia kabisa, anasema Sasa hapo hivyo mimi naona rais sikiliza wananchi, maana utatuhitaji tu 2027.
All right. Asante sana Victor. Asante sana kwa maoni yako. Thank you so much. That's Victor from Nairobi. Thank you. Tunashika simu. Let's see somebody else. Kare from Machakos. You say you cannot have dialogue with the president when his media team has blocked you. And Kare has sent me a screenshot of being blocked by the X account of the president. Well, Kare, I hope that gets resolved. Somebody called Dennis, you say it's good the president accepted to have a chit-chat with the young Gen Zs. We must be there to tell him what we want. Mwinyi, veteran journalist, you say you want the Gen Z to keep the fire burning, but also remember that we don't have two Kenyas. 3 years is not a long time, and by the grace of God, we will stand by their side to remove the corrupted leaders. This is Mwinyi. And you also say to the president and his deputy, do you feel the heat? This is Mwinyi. God bless Kenya. All right, all right. Mombasa Moses, you say Ruto must listen to Gen Z. Babas from Voi, you say the president must listen to Gen Z. Somebody else called Cohen says you think the space will be compromised. But before we go into that, Nelson from Meru, you're on the line. Good evening. How are you?
I'm fine, always good.
Thank you very much. Talk to us. What are your views on this upcoming engagement with the president? What do you want, Nelson? Oh, no, Nelson. All right. Nelson. Well, another Nelson Kosile from Kitale says the politicians should choose between allowances and salaries, not both. This is what balloons the wage bill. This is the view of Nelson Kosile, who also says that civil servants' salaries should be doubled. Somebody else here, Kituku, you say, you think, Kituku, I took your view. VKS from Eldoret, you say, hopefully the president will bring change after what happened. Somebody's calling from Nyeri. How are you, sir or madam?
Hello, Kevin.
Oh, hello. How are you?
I'm very fine. I'm Daniel from Nyeri.
Hello, Daniel. Talk to us. What do you want from the president tomorrow?
One thing I cannot address the president on that.
Okay.
Because he's supposed to be addressing issues, not addressing people.
Right. Thank you. So give us one thing that you want the president to address tomorrow.
The cabinet secretaries, they must be disbanded.
All right. Thank you so much. From Nyeri, Salimia Watu wa Ruare. We have VKS from Eldoret. You say hopefully the president will bring change after what happened. Remy from Doni, you say the president should change the cabinet. The cabinet appears to be a very popular thing. Brian from Isli says if the president changes his advisors for better tomorrow, it will be best. That's Brian from Isli. Alex from Meru says protesters should listen to the president. And he's also saying that content creators are taking advantage to make content. Gen Z should know that everything should not be achieved through force and violence. The president was willing to listen. Ian from Nairobi, you say, you just want the president to listen to the youth of Kenya. What did you say? Ronald from Nairobi. Ronald, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
What do you want from your president tomorrow?
Evening.
Good evening, Ronald. What do you want from the president tomorrow?
I just want him to just listen to the youth.
Listen to the youth. All right. Thank you so much, Ronald. Ladies, where are you at? I understand it's late. Please call. Let us know. Uliza mzee visa, piga simu, so that we can listen to you. Riunga, you're saying abolishing the huge money given to former presidents. It's all a wastage. That's Riunga. Who else is here? I can see Wolo. Wolo, you're saying you will be online to witness how this communication between the president and Gen Z go. That's Wolo or Walter Olo. Let's see, Enos from LD, you say you want the president to abolish the advisors. We have another caller. What's the caller's name? Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Hey, how are you? Finally a lady. How are you doing?
I'm good.
What's your name and where are you calling us from?
I'm Kalisa. I'm from Kagio.
All right. Thank you so much. What do you want the president to do for you tomorrow? What are you expecting?
Unemployment.
Aha. Unemployment. Thank you. Straight to the point. I love that. Thank you so much. Thank you for calling. Do we have another caller? All right. Now, we have had a vibrant conversation. By all means, this is not ending here. As I like to say, the conversation is bigger than the time that we have. I'd like to sample the remaining feedback just to thank you for sending in your feedback. And please, if you wish to have your issues addressed, I suppose the first place we can do is by joining that conversation. Chef Elfas, you say the president should listen to the people. Magic from Tanzania, you're saying people should listen to the president. This will enable problem solving. Deno CCTV from Kericho, you say you support reduction of CSs, PSs, and scrapping of women rep positions. Kelvin Satia from Bungoma, you say you want Maliza Wende. We're tired. Somebody else here, Danson Ilavonga, you say the president doesn't need to engage the Gen Z, let him act on their demands. James Magabi from Kangemi, thank you so much. Sir Ben, thank you so much. Mteule, thank you so much. Hype Tito, thank you so much. Arthur from Mikindani, thank you. All of these people, just thank you so much. Ian from Ruaka, thank you. There's so many of you. I may not be able to to read all of the messages. Killian from Eldoret, Killian Dan, thank you so much for sending in your feedback. Keep the conversation going. Talk to us on our social media platforms that are right here at the bottom of your screen. I want to appreciate you for calling in. I want to appreciate you for sending in your messages. Chris from Mombasa and Joel Musembi and all the others. The messages keep coming in. Thank you so much. We want to end it here, but let's keep the conversation going on X and on the digital platforms. My name is Victor Muyakane. On X, I exist as @Muyakane. I'll be happy to engage with you on that. And let's meet tomorrow on the X Spaces. Good night, and may God bless you.